Greetings, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining our session today. A little bit of mindfulness and meditation. My name is Michelle Zellner. I have a wellness business called Better Beings, and that has been my mission for 25 years to help people be better human beings, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Very fortunate to partner with EAPs like Minds and Associates, and that is who I'm here on behalf of today. So we're going to go through a little bit of an activity that just will kind of help you reset and get some thoughts out of your head. And then after that, I'm going to take you through a scripted meditation that I have written. And the theme is kind of the new beginning. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to take you through what I have created called the BOSS method of self-care. BOSS. So the first thing we do, the B, we do three things. We be quiet, be still, and breathe. So go through that step, close your eyes, be quiet, be still, breathe. Nice big inhales through your nostrils. Feel the air literally going through the nostrils. Fill up the rib cage and then exhale through the lips and just get a little bit of a rhythm going. I'll give you a little bit of time here to settle in. I think of the BOSS method because you are the boss of you. And if you want to have some information about you so that you know what to do for you, we have to be quiet and we have to be still. And breathing is always very helpful. The O in the BOSS method is observe. So you're going to observe your thoughts, your energy, your emotions. There's no judgment while you're observing. You're just simply gathering information. So continue to breathe and just get inside your brain, get inside your head, determine, kind of where you are today, where your thoughts are going, what kind of thoughts, what is the energy and the motion that is around those thoughts. Just gathering data. The first S is scan. So you're going to scan from head to toe any other information that your human is trying to tell you. So notice if there's any muscle tension or maybe some chronic pain, or perhaps you're really feeling your heart race. Maybe you feel great. Maybe you feel none of that. Maybe you just feel very relaxed, very at ease, very peaceful. Maybe you don't notice anything, just usually a good sign, right? Because the body likes to tell us when things are wrong. And usually the absence of a sign means that maybe things are okay. And that is great information as well. So we are continuing to be quiet, be still, and breathe. You've observed the thoughts, the motions, the energy. You've scanned head to toe. Is there anything else that your body is trying to send a message about? And then the second S is serve. So once you've gathered all of that information, what can you do to serve yourself, your human, to maybe get to a better place? Something very simple, right? Something you can do in the moment, or maybe it's more of a bigger step. Maybe it's really to iron out some strategies on a different level of self-care, whatever. This is really just where we're starting to get ideas out. So I'm going to give you a few moments to just kind of gather all that information and organize it, and then go ahead and jot down your thoughts. So grab something to write with or on. What did you observe? What were those thoughts, the energy, the emotion? When you scanned, what did you notice? And then based on all of that, are you ready and willing to do anything that could serve you to get you to a better place? If you want to share any of this, feel free to pop it in the chat box. If you want to keep it private, you can send it just to me, Michelle Zellner. If you want to share with everybody, great. If you don't want to share at all, totally great as well. This is for you. So take this time to get this information out of your head and into the real world. And then in a few minutes, we'll come back and we'll go through the guided meditation. All right, hopefully that gave everybody an opportunity to get a few thoughts sorted out for themselves. As I mentioned, I'm going to take you through a scripted meditation. So if you can, just try to get as comfortable as you can. And just a little description of what this guided script is. It's about transitioning to new beginnings. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. This is a favorite line from a song from Semisonic, Closing Time. And I often think about how much time is spent looking backwards. While the past is a natural place to visit, staying there is robbing you of the life that awaits. This meditation will guide you to look forward and hopefully get you excited about a new beginning. So welcome everybody as you are settling in for the session. Just invite you to find a comfortable seated position, not slouching, but not too rigid. Begin to focus on your breathing, gradually allowing each breath to become slower and deeper. Close your eyes and do your best to block out the light. With each breath, fill your rib cage as much as possible and see yourself in a dark, dark environment. On the exhale, sink a little deeper into that darkness. You are not afraid of the dark, but rather feel safe, enveloped in the uniform simplicity. Immersed in this darkness, you recognize that a new beginning awaits. As you continue with your rhythmic breathing, begin to draw your attention to your muscles, tuning in to any that are holding on to tension. With each exhale, deliberately release the muscle tension. Visualize the energy departing the muscle, moving through your skin and exiting your body. Continue this practice for each and every muscle you detect tension. And if you should find your mind wandering back to the events of the day or to the worries of tomorrow, on the very next breath, draw your attention back to your breath and your body. Negativity, fear, worry, anger, frustration, anxiety, while totally normal, are generally holding us back from living our healthiest, happiest lives, often burning our precious energy for little or no benefit. Use your breath as a way to connect your physical being with your emotional state. Take this opportunity to reset the mind and the body. With each breath, you are filling that rib cage as much as possible, sinking deeper and deeper into the dark environment, feeling completely safe, wrapped in a blanket of dark. I invite you now to tune into your mind's eye. Where is it taking you? Perhaps you are visiting the past, a time in your life you wish you could go back to, or an experience you'd like to do over, a situation you didn't ask for and don't understand. Turning to our past is normal and in some regard helpful. If we choose to learn from experiences, we develop new skills, build resilience, and evolve with insight and perspective. Sometimes it is simply necessary to accept events of the past. If we choose not to learn or accept, we are wasting precious time and energy, getting swallowed by the darkness. You might currently be in that learning phase. In that case, your mind's eye is shifting, darting back and forth between the present, the past, and the future. This process can feel a little wobbly. The certainty that what was no longer is, battling the uncertainty of what is going to be. This makes the present a bit uncomfortable. Mourning what is behind can leave you feeling dark. Fear and doubt about what lies ahead can be scary. But as you are starting to look forward, you see the vast, open frontier waiting for you to explore. This brings light into the picture. As you are beginning to accept and embrace the new reality, you see it as a blank canvas full of possibility. No longer dark, but rather exciting and full of hope. There is still fear, but you have the will and the skill to face your fears and tackle new challenges with enthusiasm. The sun is rising, and much like that fiery ball peeking over the horizon, there is a burning inside you, a desire to light up your life and shine brightly. I'm going to let you sit in this space for a few minutes, starting to paint in that blank canvas, looking forward to the future of possibility. What are you seeing yourself doing? How is your energy? What are your thoughts and emotions? Paint that picture while you continue in your deep, intentional breathing. While you are waking up to this new light, it's normal to revisit the past, to see a bit of darkness creep in. When this happens, just acknowledge it. There's no need for judgment or criticism, no need for anger or frustration. This is simply part of the process. In the next few breaths, begin to wiggle your fingers, maybe your toes. Shrug your shoulders and open your eyes. As you plan to take on the day, if you find your mind drift back to the past, simply acknowledge it. Own the emotion. Express gratitude for the experience and the lessons that allow you to evolve. Life is a process, and you are embracing it. Reset, refocus, and move forward in your health and happiness. All right, everybody, that is the end of the meditation. We have a little time left, so if anybody wants to pop on with some questions, thoughts, comments, feel free. Or if you want to type it in the chat box, feel free to do that as well. I'm curious if you were able to paint that picture of a new beginning. You know, sometimes the new beginning is just simply a day. Sometimes it is maybe planning to make changes in our lives. Maybe they're, daily habit changes. Sometimes a new beginning is a major life transition. Sometimes we asked for the new beginning and sometimes we didn't, but it's constant. That is the one thing that is for sure. Life is always changing. Things are always changing. Every day is a new beginning. Every moment is a new beginning. And when you become more intentional about it, I think you might find that it's easier to navigate the difficult transitions. And maybe we find that motivation for some of those day-to-day things where we just need to reset, shift our perspective to really allow us to make the most of our time and our energy to hopefully get us to leading those very full and fulfilling lives. Absolutely. It is never easy to start each day fresh. None of this is easy. It's very normal to spend time in the past. That's rooted in our survival, which is why we do things like this, because even though it's not easy, it is possible, but it takes hard work because literally you're working to rewire your brain. Our brains are rooted for survival and hanging on to the things of the past, the negativity, to get demoralized, to lose motivation. All of that is part of our ingrained survival mechanism. As we, really explore what we are in control of and recognize that I'm only in control of me, what I think, feel, say, and do. And if I want to have a better day, then I'm in charge of determining what I can do about that. So that's why I started with the BOSS method. Breathe, be still, be quiet. That's the B. O is observe your thoughts, your energy, your emotions. S is scan head to toe. What else is your body trying to tell you? And then the other S is serve. What are you ready and willing to do to serve your human to get it to a better place? Maybe it literally is just taking that moment in the morning to do some deep breathing and start with gratitude, right? And it's such a small thing, and yet it's such a powerful thing. I think a lot of times the small things are underappreciated and how impactful they really can be. And so if we are very intentional about doing that, you will feel an energy shift. Because it really is all about energy, and negativity is everywhere. It's normal. Again, it's rooted in our survival. And yet I'm in charge of shifting that energy around. because I don't have control over what comes my way. Nobody does. But I always have the choice of what I do in the face of what comes my way. So going through steps like this and doing it kind of consistently would be very helpful, just to reset the energy and the perspective and all of it. And it is hard, but one of my mottos, if you've not taken classes with me before, is it's hard now or harder later. And that almost always plays out in pretty much everything. So I learned a long time ago to just try to choose hard now, to avoid harder later, or at the very least, make getting to later a little more pleasant than perhaps it would be. So, yes. Thank you for that comment. Anybody else have anything they'd like to share? We still have a couple of minutes. Oh, I'm glad you appreciated the BOSS method. Yes, you're welcome. I teach a class called Permission to Self-Care, because I find that a lot of us feel like it's selfish. We still think it's selfish to take care of ourselves. So I grant everybody permission. And the way I think about it is to separate your unique named individual self from the human specimen that you are in charge of. Somebody's got to take care of it. I don't know who else you think is going to do it. And if you are in charge of anyone or anything, right, a project, well, you have to know what's going on with the project so you know what to do with the project. So you are the project manager of the human that looks back at you in the mirror. And so that's when I came up with the BOSS method, because you're the boss. So how do we, as the boss, gather the information that we need to determine what we should do to get the outcome that we're looking for? So I'm glad you found that to be helpful. All right. Well, thank you everybody for hopping on today. Nice to see a nice group on the line. And if you're listening to the recording, I hope you get a little benefit out of this as well. And I look forward to seeing you all again very soon. Bye-bye.